Hello and welcome everybody back to Brian's Racing Realm. I am Brian. This is the RUST-OLEUM Camaro series. We are back at Kansas. Again, first time racing here. Following up the interesting Firebird race. Let's see if the Camaros can steal the show. 51 laps. Fuel mileage is anticipated 66, so most likely no pit stops today either. Nothing really to report other than a reminder that there is in fact a tie for the championship. Lynn White and Drew Keane are tied at 425 points per. Charles Marshall in third, Catherine Harris in fourth, Dorothy McLean in fifth, and then everyone else is a full race back or more. Now, as for today's race, let's talk about practice times. Excuse me. Isaac Hernandez was the fastest in practice, followed by John Lane, Jim Carranza, and Catherine Harris. Benny Nelson rounding out the top five. How did they do in qualifying? Not great. Decent. Not great. And then second and third. Okay. Nicholas Eckert was the fastest in both happy hour and qualifying. Charles Marshall, Wayne Stadler, Thomas Hammond, and Tracy Howell, top five in happy hour. Eckert set the pole time of 31.567. Our championship leaders start 18th for Lynn White and 15th for Drew Keane. Remember, unless Keane gets a win, even in a tie, Lynn White would win the championship. Beyond that, mile-and-a-half racetrack. Any amount of chaos can happen. And I'm actually done with all my lines before the command starts. However, I do have one thing to announce. There will, as of right now, there will not be a season 4.
Drivers, start your engines. Is that okay?
You guys just as awkward as I am. Maybe a bit of an issue with one of those green cars. So yes, as of right now, there will not be a recorded and shown Season 4. videos will stop after Talladega once they are recorded and released. It's a shame, but between a lack of interest and a lack of time, it's been decided to axe the project entirely. Nicholas Eckert leads us to green and charges into turn one. Once again, the outside line pretty much disappears. Eckert and Nelson clear Carranza, and then Nelson just drives around Eckert. '18 holding that outside line and manages to hold on for the lead on the lap one. Nelson powers into turn one, however, on lap two, finishing the pass and takes over the lead. What is Nelson's current status? Benny Nelson is currently 19th in this championship. 129 points out. Almost 2 full races. Chris Harvey in 5th. Isaac Hernandez showing off some of that speed. John Walker trying to rebound from the absolutely terrible Firebird race he had. Field is definitely more spread out this race than it was in the Firebirds already. 14 does not look like it's settled at all. There's a lot of wobbling back and forth. It has speed, but no real stability. Or maybe that's just everybody in this pack right now. A little bit of door banging going on for some reason. It does appear that the outside lane is an anchor. Let's go back to the front. Andy Nelson has a lead on the field. Oh, I saw something. We are already a tenth of the way through this race. And the 11 car has led all but the first lap. Eckert, however, is still holding on. Ronza in third. Seems like if you qualified well, you actually did have speed. There's always someone who decides to defy logic, though. Harvey started 11th. He's made his way to 5th. Stadler and Marshall have fallen back a fair bit from the start. Hal, Barden's black. One thing missing here would be Bentley. Hammond actually making some decent moves. However, that is still the back of the pack. Lynn White not having a good start to this race. Currently 20th. If he finishes this way, he will lose the championship lead and let a lot of people back in. But it is still a long race. Laps down, 40 to go. Why did Nelson slow down that badly? I don't know what just happened, but the 11 just bogged down severely while we were watching. And has allowed the 18 to catch back up. Seems like everybody's having a little trouble with that middle of turn 1 into turn 2 transition. Harvey's fallen back to 8th. Keane up to 10th. A lot of moving and shaking in the backfield. Something has happened to Dorothy McLean. Does not appear to have brought out a caution either. Oh wow. I'm thinking that might be a penalty. I don't know whether that will be a penalty or not. It doesn't look good for Aronson though. Back to live view. McLean dead last. Was 5th in the standings, but probably will not leave here that way. Nelson still leads. Seems these mile and a halves have a weakness. Gerard Wilkinson, our Season 2 champion. They all spread out and then they all hit the brakes. Not sure why. Kane's about to drop a lot of positions. Besides that, not a caution. Here's how things run so far. Minnie Nelson, your leader. Nicholas Eckert in second. Jim Carranza in third. Isaac Hernandez in fourth. Davis Pittman in fifth. Chris Harvey currently sixth. Gerard Wilkinson seventh. John Walker in eighth. James Wolfe in ninth. Wayne Stadler currently 10th. Daniel Barden's 11th. Drew Keane 12th. That one might actually be a caution. That is a caution. I do not know what is going on, but the gray cars are not having any sort of luck today. Who's it even off of? Marshall. Taylor lucky that they didn't hit anything. Let's see what 15 has to say for this. This one was less egregious. Still not great. But not the worst incident. There's pit stops? There have been pit stops made. Okay. Tires, sure. As everybody comes out. 14 with a bit of damage checking. The 18 was the leader. No, the 11 was the leader. Who is the leader now? Daniel Bardens. Hardin's our winner at Vegas, another 1.5-mile track, very similar layout. Could lightning strike twice? Or will this be the day that Keene finally gets their win? Can Marshall sweep the weekend? Or will Hammond surprise everybody? And look at this, Lynn White is back in contention. Will he stay there though? Remember, these are stock cars, which means that once the tires are gone, everybody here is going to be a sitting duck. 13th back has fresh tires. We got some drama, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the last lap under caution. Going green this time by. We are officially halfway through this race. So let's do a rundown. Daniel Bardens is your current leader. Drew Keene in second. Charles Marshall third. Thomas Hammond fourth. Cedric Black fifth. Lynn White sixth. Tracy Howell seventh in the 7. Jacob Aronson 8th, Catherine Harris 9th, John Lane 10th, Tyler Gardens in 11th, Skylar Taylor damaged in 12th, going to be a sitting duck most likely. And then you have everybody who pitted. Nicholas Eckert, the pole sitter, in 13th, Isaac Hernandez 14th, Minnie Nelson 15th, Chris Harvey 16th, Gerard Wilkinson 17th, John Walker 18th, Tony Bentley 19th, Jim Carranza 20th, James Wolfe 21st, Davis Pittman 22nd, Wayne Stadler 23rd, and Dorothy McLean 24th, the originally damaged car. Hardins brings us back to green. He does not get a massive jump. Looks like, honestly, Marshall may have gotten the best jump. But will we have another caution? Will we have another wreck? Most likely. Hardin's now putting a gap on the field. Clean air is vital. So is not overcooking the brakes. Marshall goes high, Hammond goes low. Lynn White looking to actually get past Hammond on the outside. And will do it. Three wide into turn one. Some of these back markers are holding up the inside lane. Taylor was back there by herself, and that outside lane just stopped moving. front. Still Bardens, Keene, Marshall, and White. White looking to the inside. Marshall jumps on the brakes, and White flies by. Here comes John Walker. I believe Walker's one of those that pitted, so they have fresh tires. He just drove around Marshall like he was sitting still. Nelson also working their way up. Walker pushing White. White and Keene are in the balance for the championship. Bardens goes high. Out of turn 2. Walker almost charges into White. Marshall charges in from out of nowhere. Walker takes third. Walker's looking at second. The 19 finished poorly in Firebirds, has not had a good season. Could this be the turnaround point? Bardens is pulling away, but Walker is now right behind. Bardens' last lap, 32.798. Walker's last lap, 32.939, but no more traffic. Keene third, White fourth, Nelson in fifth. This outside line has... it's got to watch what it's doing. Marshall has plummeted down the order with those old tires. And is still plummeting. Eckert's fallen. Wolf has fallen. Carranza in... well, Hammond did pit, but... no, he didn't. I don't remember. The 19 is slowly reeling in the 4. He has some time. Nelson up the 4th. White starting to fade. Walker's there. "12 laps to go. Getting there is one thing, passing is another. Contact! It's not a clean pass. The 19 gets by the 4, but that could have damaged both of them. Walker clearly hungry for a win. Nelson flies by Drew Keen. Will that contact be enough to make Nelson a contender now? White is on the downhill now. Let's see how much space we have. Coming to 9 laps to go, and good heavens. And good. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but Manny Nelson just drove around Daniel Barden's in turns 3 and 4 like they were sitting still. And then hits the brakes in turn 2. The tires are gone for most of these cars. Well, about half of them. Cars in the back here running 34-second laps. Nobody's car is driving like they wanted to, let's put it that way. 19 is at the line now. The 11 goes high. The 4 almost runs into them. Look at this, Tony Bentley is working on making headway. Six laps to go this time by. Excuse me. Yes, six laps to go. There's prize money on the line. There's points on the line. For some people, there's survival. I have not even bothered to look at who's at the tail end. Black, Lane, Stadler, and Bentley are all in danger of elimination. Not that it matters that much, but here's Bentley. Here's Stadler. They can dig themselves out of a hole the hard way. Walker, for some reason, just stomps on the brakes in turn 2. Going to have an absolutely atrocious lap time this time by. .008. Why? I don't understand. Lynn White back to 13th, almost where he started. Drew Keen back to 9th, almost where they started. Bentley and Stadler trying to get past Barden's. They don't have much time left. Look at this. Chris Harvey has come from the back of the field at one point to 3rd. A nice recovery drive by the 3. Barden's gets back past. I have no idea what's going on with this race anymore. Things. 2 laps to go. Something's going wrong with Harris. Caution? No caution. That'll be it for the 20. This is the last lap. Are they out of fuel? It's hard to tell. However, what I can tell you is John Walker wins at Kansas. Started 13th, didn't have a great start. Came in, took tires, and made all the difference. Minnie Nelson second, Daniel Barden's third, Chris Harvey officially fourth, and Tony Bentley fifth. Catherine Harris will be scored 24th. Everybody will make it to the pit stall. We're going to get a drink. We're going to tally up the points. And we're going to let you know what exactly has happened here at Kansas Speedway. So, officially no description on what happened to Harris. Possible just ran out of fuel. Had to be towed. They'll do a good once over when they're back in the garage. The 6th of Jacob Aronson, so actually Jacob Aronson himself, not the team, is being fined $1,000 for overly aggressive driving. And it just so happens that McLean finishes halfway up the field from where Aronson was. John Walker is your winner. Minnie Nelson in second, Daniel Barden's third, Chris Harvey fourth, Tony Bentley fifth, Gerard Wilkinson sixth, Wayne Stadler seventh, Nicholas Eckert eighth. Dorothy McLean recovers to ninth. Well done. Drew Keene was doing so well and fell back to 10th. James Wolfe in 11th, Isaac Hernandez 12th, Lynn White another meh day, 13th, Tracy Howe 14th, Davis Pittman 15th, Cedric Black 16th, Jim Carranza 17th, Thomas Hammond 18th, Charles Marshall 19th, after so much time up front, Jacob Aronson 20th, Tyler Gardens 21st, John Lane 22nd, Skylar Taylor, last one running, 23rd, and Catherine Harris 24th, 2 laps down officially at the end of the race. And officially, I can tell you that we have a new points leader. Rookie Drew Keene, with 498 points, leads the standings. Lynn White currently second, 489. And then you have Dorothy McLean in third, Charles Marshall in fourth, Chris Harvey up to fifth. And at that point, there is a gap to sixth, which is James Wolfe, but also the top 5 are within a single race. So there could be more turnover there if things go a bit haywire. Gerard Wilkinson 7th, Nicholas Eckert 8th, Catherine Harris falls to 9th, a tie for 9th actually, and actually loses that 9th to Daniel Bardens because Bardens has a win. having to check on stuff as I'm going. Apparently my voice is gone tonight. Yes, Harris has a 2nd and an 8th, but Bardens has a win, a 3rd, and a 4th. Excuse me, a 10th. I really need to stop doing these. Don't worry, that'll happen soon enough. John Walker in 11th. Davis Pittman in 12th. Jim Carranza and Tracy Howell tied for 13th. Minnie Nelson 15th. Isaac Hernandez and Tony Bentley tied for 16th. Tyler Gardens in 18th. Thomas Hammond in 19th. Wayne Stadler in 20th. Jacob Aronson 21st. Cedric Black 22nd. John Lane, the 2, in serious jeopardy of being eliminated from future races. Oh, wait. And Skylar Taylor, 126, has not had a good race yet in the series. Best of 18th. It's not looking great. So that was Kansas. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll join me next time. Next race will be Chicago. Take care, everybody. See you soon.